going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And we are back, people, after a couple of days off. Was a quiet time. World Cup starts on Sunday. News went a little bit quiet, so I thought I'd take the time out before coming back today, people. Big up to each and every one of you for tuning in. And I'm going to approach with caution about the Bellingham story, because I can see a few people, Hey, listen, maybe I'm talking about his brother. What's his name? Joe Bellingham, who plays for Birmingham City. You never know, people, Typical Arsenal, innit? We tried to buy Luis Suarez. We ended up with Dennis Suarez. You know how this thing goes. But big up to each and every one of you for tuning in. Hope you are well. And stand up if you hate Tottenham. All right, you got me. I can't really ignore that, can I, Quint? Yeah, Bellingham. Yeah. I'll go quiet with that one. Lord Bentner said, had a bad day at the office, got laid off. Thanks for the stream. Listen, Lord Bentner, I always say, sometimes one door closes to lead to something greater. And at the time, losing the job today, you're probably fuming. You're not sure of your direction. But hopefully this door closes, you go in another direction and get something better, man. So big up, keep your chin up, man. Hopefully this brightens up your day a little bit today. Big up Joshua, he said brightening up people's day as always. Appreciate that, bro. Abby LOC, how's it going? Big up to you. Big up everyone, bigging up Lord Benter as well. Edu got promoted. I mean, I called it a long time ago. I think he's gone from the travel agent to the pirate now. You know what I mean? The pilot, should I say. But yeah, that was, we're going to talk about it shortly. I knew it was going to happen. But yeah, it is what it is. Man said time him out. I know the Bellingham. Listen, I've just got to report the story, people. And then I'll give you my point of view whether it's going to happen. Jude Bellingham to Arsenal is the story that's going around. Is it going to happen? Very unlikely, let's be totally honest. Like I said, we'll probably buy his brother, Joe Bellingham, who plays for Birmingham City now, man. Yeah, the awards. The awards happened on... What day was it? What day is it today? I'm confused. Oh, Friday. So it happened on Wednesday. And, no victory, people. No victory this year. And it was a strange situation at the awards this year. And I'm not just saying it because I didn't win the award, because I was in a very difficult category this year. It was always going to be tough. But I'm sitting on a table. So, for example, the table I'm at, there's me, there's Robbie, all the AFTV guys, some of Robbie and the DR Sports guys as well. You've then got Turkish, the Big Six, you got Expressions, you got Rants, you got Flex, you got Bav. So there's millions of subscribers between everyone on the table. And AFTV didn't win. DR Sports didn't win. I didn't win. Big Six didn't win. Flex didn't win. Expressions didn't win. Rants didn't win. Bavs didn't win. I was like, yeah, one or two maybe, but like, what? Are you being serious? Like, and listen, fortunately for me, I won it last year. So I was, I kept it moving. I knew it was going to be difficult to win. I would have hoped to have at least got top three. The worst one for me was Big Six. I got to be honest, man. I got to be honest. And I always, and I was speaking to Turkish and I was like, look, because he was annoyed and I said, be humble with it. There's nothing you can do about it. We all know what it is. The numbers do the talking. In any category, the numbers do the talking. And I was just like, for me, the Football Content Awards, when you win it, you feel like it means a lot. You want that kind of acknowledgement that I'm doing well, and you attach some importance to that. But then I felt this year that award show seriously lost credibility, and I'm genuinely not just saying that because I didn't win, because I was in a very difficult category. But for some of them, I was like, that's a little bit shambolic. It really is. So some of the creators who won over some of them who didn't, you're like, well, what are you basing it on? I don't really understand. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What does Jay-Z say? He said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, but these men were ignoring the numbers. So it is what it is. All I can say is thank you to everyone who voted. Really appreciate the support. Big up the whole C-Unit community. And we move, people. We move, We'll continue to do our work. And like I said, big up to everyone who we shared the experience with. Anthony said the FCA's is some joke thing. You, Bant Sports Ooze, and Best of Enemies should have definitely won. I haven't watched AFTV in years other than Talk is Cheap. DR Sports bangs, though. It's fixed. Yeah, some of the... I know for a fact that a couple of people went to the judges and said, like, can you explain to me how that person won? And they were scrambling. They didn't even know how to explain it. So forget it, forget it. Leave it alone, people, But we move, people. Can't really take an award ceremony. I mean, they gave Ben Foster best footballer and he's a retired footballer. So in theory, how can he be in that category? But it is what it is. Big him up. He does make great content, though. Big up Nick, who said, I'm laid up with the dreaded virus. Get well soon, man. Get well soon. All the winners combined don't do 1,000 views a show. It was Seb Blatter settings, man. Brown envelopes everywhere. Listen, let's get into it, people. If you thought that was controversial, let's talk about this, people, because this is controversial. I'm going to bring him on your screen anyway, people. Yeah, Jay, man, the streets don't forget. In fact, I'm going to start with this one. We spoke about this the other day, actually, and I don't know if anybody saw my video. I put a quick video out. I went to Old Trafford. I should have recorded this. I went to the door at Old Trafford and I said, I'm here for a job interview. They said, what? I said, yeah, I'm here to be the new chef. And they were like, what do you mean? We don't need a chef. I said, no, Ronaldo sent me here. He said, you need a new chef. Security guard didn't find the joke funny. I thought it was hilarious. Dad joke. But yeah, they saying the word Ronaldo in Manchester is like a swear word now. And I was alluding to it the other day, people. And I know we put out a bit of a funny poll about this guy, but he said a few more things. He's flirting with us. I can't lie, people. He's having a real flirt with Arsenal right now, is Mr. Ronaldo. And he said to Piers Morgan, obviously the second part came out last night, Man United fans are fuming. One of their GOATs, maybe their greatest ever player, really, depending. Cantona, maybe. I don't know. Who would you consider Man United's GOAT is? I mean, I'm thinking in my generation, really, it's Ronaldo or... It's got to be Ronaldo or Cantona, really. I would say possibly Ronaldo is their GOAT. He won them the Champions League. Ronaldo said, he was asked by Piers Morgan who would he want to win the title, and he said, Manchester United first, and if not, Arsenal. Arsenal is some team that I like to see play. I like the team. I like the coach. I think they have a good team. If Manchester United don't win the Premier League, which we know that ain't going to happen, I will be happy if Arsenal do. I mean, I've said it before, people. Carpet. I don't know. Let me know, people. Sir Bobby Charlton, yeah, maybe. Older generation. Obviously, for me, didn't really see him. Rooney, top goal scorer in their history, but I don't think Rooney had the impact that CR7 had. I think CR7 would have got a statue if he didn't leave the club like this. I genuinely think he would have. Not Wayne Rooney for me. Rooney's he was there a long time, but I think CR7, Cantona are the two best I've ever seen. Rooney v Ronaldo, scrap. Wenger did almost sign him. He was at the training ground, people. He was at the training ground. Deal was nearly done. And United offered more. But, yeah, listen. Like I said the other day, and I'm not going to go on about it for too long. Like I said, the fairy tale side of me. I don't know if anybody's seen the breaking news now. Manchester United lawyers of open proceedings about sacking him from the club. This will make him a free agent, which means January 1st, anybody can sign him on a free. And yeah, I've been saying for a long time, Arsenal need a striker. And Nketiah's not good enough as backup. Ronaldo at Arsenal for 6 months, wins the title. It's a fairy tale. But as I've said before, I just don't believe the dressing room at Arsenal. And I don't believe that Mikel Arteta could cope with him. You've seen from that interview, he doesn't take authority too well when it doesn't go his way. That is for sure, man. Man's calling players rats. He was doing all sorts. I have to admit, just briefly on that Ronaldo interview, I watched all of it. I agree with a lot of it. I think some of it he comes across a little bit spoiled, and I don't think he's really adjusted to the fact that he's not the Cristiano Ronaldo that he was 10 years ago when he was the main man. When you've been the man at a club, to go back to a club and just be a side dish is quite difficult. I think he's struggling to deal with the fact he's 37. He hasn't got 95 pace anymore on FIFA. He's probably got 83 pace. But I do think Ten Hag has mistreated him. I got to be honest. I think when you're managing a player like Ronaldo, like Messi, you have to handle with caution. They're legends. They're icons. They're some of the greatest to ever play the game. Bringing man on for 3 minutes, leaving him on the bench the whole game against Man City. I do think Ten Hag has dealt with him a little bit bad, but yeah, I don't think he would be good for the Arsenal dressing room. I think the cohesion, the collective, is the reason why we're top of the Premier League. Like I said, I love Ronaldo as a player, and part of me would love to have him at Arsenal just to kind of spite Man United. Imagine him coming to Arsenal and banging goals in and going "Soo" at the carpet. But the reality is, Aubameyang just used to turn up late in a gold Lambo. Imagine what this guy's going to be doing. He'll probably end up managing the club. Probably try and sack Arteta. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. Amo said, main man syndrome, not for us, Big C. We need team players. I hear you. It will be interesting how Arteta transitions if we get in the Champions League and get higher. Is he then... Because I think big clubs need big players to achieve great things. And how will he deal with those bigger personalities in the future? Bad Barf said, we have the same jacuzzis from 2017. We can't have him at the Emirates. He can't walk in and see them same jacuzzis, man. You know what I mean? And say, listen, man, what's going on? If you ain't got new jacuzzis, I'm not coming there. Big up Bad Barf. Appreciate the super chat. Dylan said, no way, would sooner have Pulisic. I don't know about Pulisic. He's not a bad player, injury prone. And Aya said, watch us get Jesper Lindstrom. Listen, I'd rather get Ronaldo than him. I'd take the chance. Big up Kings Football Show. Hope you're well. Big up Pep Teta. Active Gunner United got the same jacuzzis from 2004. Andrew said, I truly like CR7, but I don't want him at Arsenal. Carver said, Ronaldo knows even more about the game than Arteta ever will. He should go to PSG. PSG would be like the Harlem Globetrotters, wouldn't it, if he went there? But Ronaldo being very complimentary. Is he trying to soften us up for a January move? But yeah, that interview is wild. He's calling players rats. He said he don't respect Ten Hag. He never heard of Ralph Rangnick. The Glazers aren't interested. It was crazy. But would you take Ronaldo at Arsenal if he is a free agent in January? Like I said, I'm not even going to cap. It wouldn't work with this management and this setup. He's too much of a pro. Edu and them, man, they wouldn't know what to do with Ronaldo. But under different circumstances, I wouldn't have been totally against it. I'm not even going to lie, people. Because as I said, who would you rather be bringing on, Eddie Nketiah or Cristiano Ronaldo? But our changing room is not built for it right now. Samuel said, Arteta would never accept that full-strength hairline and gel competition Ronaldo would represent. Ronnie's going to come in, with Brill cream all over his head. It's going to be too much. Only one man can have the Lego haircut, man, at our club. And it has to be the manager, You know how it goes, people. Kings Football, it would be the perfect revenge if he comes and wins the Premier League, but it's a dream, not a reality. It's like, I'm not even going to cap people. I still haven't forgotten Van Persie coming back to the carpet. You know what I mean? And walking in that United shirt, going on and winning the title. I think part of me just feels like I want that Manchester United revenge. I want Ronaldo in an Arsenal shirt going to Old Trafford and being presented with the title. But, it's crazy. I tell you one thing, a lot of clubs will be interested in him on a free transfer. They will, especially for 6 months. Somebody like him could get you over the finish line. I tell you what he should do, go to Manchester City. That would be the ultimate revenge. Yeah, the guard of honour still hurts, man. Still hurts. Van Persie celebrating and all that. Mayana said, I don't care, Curtis, he's the GOAT. He's not my GOAT, I can't lie. He's not my GOAT. I call him Cristiano Ronaldo because for me, there is only one Ronaldo, and that's the Brazilian one. That's my GOAT, I can't lie. But yeah, CR7, big him up. Right, anyway, I'm going to approach this story with caution. because a lot of people coming for me in the comments on this one. As I said, I'm just reporting the news, people. I apologize in advance. I don't want to give anybody false hope, false expectation. It's not clickbait, I promise you. The story's there in black and white. Go and search it. If I had a sip of water, I haven't even got my drink here, I would sip water. It's on the screen right now. Apologies. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Oh. Sorry, people. I'm sorry. The news is quiet right now. They're going to write madness. Jude. Let's talk about Jude. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I don't want the community to come for me. We're being linked with him, people. We're being linked. Record transfer. I had to check it again. I thought we were trying to sign his brother, Joe Bellingham, who plays for Birmingham City. That would be so Arsenal to go and sign his 17-year-old brother. Hey, Jude, man. Hey, Jude. Talk to me, people. I know, Chris, I'm sorry. It's nearly Christmas. I'm trying to lift the spirits. When the weather outside is nightfall, and oh, it's so delightful. Get Jude to the carpet, let it snow, let it... Yeah, I know, people, it's wild, it's wild. I'm tempted to not even say anything, and maybe I should just leave the picture on the screen and just move on from it and pretend that this part of the show never happened. Gareth said, how could you take this egotistical narcissist at our beautiful club? I wouldn't take him ever. He would destroy the team ethics that are being built by Arteta. I know none of us can see in the future, but if I said to you right now, Gareth, Ronnie comes to Arsenal, scores 12, 14 goals and we win the title, would you take that same egotistical narcissist at the beautiful club for the sake of winning the title? Do you know what I mean? Most Arsenal fans wanted Luis Suarez, 40 million and £1. Let's be real, most of us were fuming when that deal collapsed. Let's talk about the stuff that Luis Suarez was doing on and off the pitch. You know, biting people, racially abusing people. Let's keep it 100, people. We're fickle. We are fickle football fans. I'm more than within that category. There'll be a player I can say I can't stand him. He's a cheat. I don't want nothing to do with him. But if he's a top player and he's coming to Arsenal, I'll hold my hands up. I change my whole outlook on him. So I hear what you're saying, egotistical narcissist, but if that egotistical narcissist leads us to the title, then I'm more than happy to take him. So Gareth, I understand your point, but I'll be the first one front of the North Bank going, Sue! If he scores the winner against Manchester City in April and we win the league. So it is what it is, people. We're shameless here, Gareth. We're shameless. I told you I want to see the armpits. I want to see armpits in May. To see armpits, you got to lift trophies above your head. So egotistical narcissists are more than welcome if they are going to get us over the finish line. Nope, even with your... See, Gareth, you're pushing me here. I'm going to be honest. I think I got a B in English a long time ago. Egotistical narcissist was testing me there. Now you've come with hypotheticals. There we go. I feel like I'm back in college, people. But I appreciate it, Gareth. But yeah, I'll be the first one. Listen, I'm so shameless. I'd get 7 on the back of the Arsenal shirt. I'm not even going to cap. I would get 7 Ronaldo on the back of an Arsenal shirt if he signed for us. Number 1, to mock United fans. And number 2, because that would be a slight connection to an absolute GOAT. And he would finish his career as an Arsenal legend rather than a Man United one. So, yeah, I'm shameless, people. I would get Ronaldo 7 on the back of that black and gold shirt that we've got. Simple as that. Saka has 7. You know how that would work. If he signed for us, Saka would be wearing 27, bro. We've all seen that story before. JW said his mentality got him where he is today. Exactly, man. Latte, you know as well, man. Come on. We'd all be going, imagine that. Do you know how shameless we would be if we signed Ronaldo? I'd probably get banned from YouTube at the stuff. I would be out of control if he came to us and we won a trophy with him. It's crazy. Yeah, Saka would be wearing 77 real quick. He wouldn't even know about it. He'd just turn up at the game. Hey, how come I got Saka 77? They go, listen, man, you know. Yeah, man, just for banter. Just for banter, it'd have to happen. Listen, big up everyone. Before I get into this shameless story, I know we're going off topic a bit, but this Ronaldo one it's everywhere at the moment. Make sure you smash the like. Can we get 1,000 likes? There's 1,600 of you in the chat already. 32 of you on Twitch. Big up to each and every one of you, just to keep you informed as well. I'll be doing some watch-alongs for the World Cup. I'm going to be doing some on DR Sports as well. And obviously, we'll do our transfer videos and try and keep the streams going as much news as there is. You know, I always say I don't want to force content, but where we can, we will definitely keep doing it. Guna Colt said, we're in 7 with a 7 duct tape to make it 77. Man's calling me I speed. Yo, relax, man. Man said I sure speed. Ronaldo 14. Yeah, that would be interesting. Shameless Curtis is the best. Come on, man, and we don't even hide from it. Right, anyway, let's get into this. Oh, man, I almost feel like covering my eyes. It's a tough one. Big up Jose, who said, I'm on a bus tuned in. Big up Curtis and the C Unit. Big up yourself. I sure speed. That's outrageous. Let's talk about Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. 19 years of age. He's in the England squad. Former Birmingham City player. Apparently was on the verge of joining Arsenal before going to Borussia Dortmund. Another one, and I ain't talking about DJ Khaled, people. Another one that goes into the category of we nearly signed him. Zlatan was at the training ground. So was Ronaldo. Yaya Toure was on trial. You know, it goes in that box with all of them players that we nearly signed. We nearly signed him. Jude Bellingham, story today. According to reports, this is coming off Ladbrokes. Scott Minto was speaking about Jude Bellingham. And he said, although Jude Bellingham has been linked closely with Real Madrid, if you look at their midfield situation right now, they've invested huge money in Tchouaméni and Camavinga. They also still have Modric, Cruz and Valverde. Wouldn't be easy to fit Bellingham in. He then went on about Liverpool. We know that Liverpool are very interested in Bellingham. Would they have the financial capabilities to get the deal done, especially with the owners trying to sell the club? Borussia Dortmund apparently want £84 million for him in the summer, 100 million euros, although some reports saying it's even more. He then goes on to say, if you look at Arsenal, they could be best placed to sign Bellingham. They're playing the best football. If they can get back in the Champions League with his previous links with the club, in terms of the fact he nearly signed for the club, this could be the best option for him. With Manchester City, there could be instability in the summer with Pep Guardiola still in discussions about whether or not to extend his contract. This could make Arsenal favourites for Jude Bellingham. It would also be financially possible if they qualified for the Champions League. Listen, it's not coming from me. I'm telling you that, people. It's not coming from me. And all of that sounds great. And I'm listening to that. And as I'm listening to it, I'm like, yeah. It makes sense. He's coming to the carpet. Listen, he's writing for Ladbrokes. He's probably got a bet on. He's probably trying to make us bet on it. So, yeah, Steve, you're right. It isn't quite Fabrizio. It's definitely not Here We Go. It's Ladbrokes, Scott Minto. You know what I mean? It's not Fabrizio, Here We Go, people. It's Ladbrokes, Scott Minto. It's cap on top of cap, I think. I have to admit, the way he was talking there, I was ready to put a bet on the Ladbrokes website as well. By the way, don't bet, people. You know, Ivan Toney, no wonder Ivan Toney's not at the World Cup. 237 bets they reckon he's done. So that's him not coming to Arsenal, by the way. Yeah, it is what it is. For me, I've said time and time again, I think he's one of the best centre midfielders in the world for his age in terms of maybe under 23. I would absolutely, by the way, I would love him to come to Arsenal. As much as Granit Xhaka has been quality this season, can you imagine Bellingham and Thomas Partey? I mean, geez, that would be unbelievable. I don't see how he leaves Dortmund and doesn't go Real Madrid, Liverpool, or Manchester City. I don't know how those three are prepared to sit back and just allow him to go there, because I think he's that good. So yeah, I don't see it happening. £84 million as well seems too cheap. I think he'll cost more than that. But he would be unbelievable. As I've said before, and I've said it again, people, I just want Arsenal to be in contention. I would actually even get a little smile. Breaking news: Sky Sports, Dortmund reject £80 million and a pound offer from Arsenal. I just want to be in the mix. Even if we don't get him, I want to be in the mix. I want us to have a conversation. People saying 99 million plus Sambi. I think they'll just rather have the 99 million, to be fair. CR7 would free up funds for Bellingham. Listen, I'm not even going to talk about it for too long. He would be an unbelievable signing for anybody. If we could get him to Arsenal, listen, incredible. Is it going to happen? I really don't think so. I really don't think so. He goes Madrid. There are a lot of rumours he wants to come back to the Prem. He wants to come back to England. I think he goes Man City or Liverpool. You know, got to be honest. I think he goes Man City. Generational talent. I'm kind of with you on that. I think he's the best English centre midfielder that we've produced in years. So we'll have to see. King Henry said, the CEO of Dortmund says, after Qatar, we'll have a discussion about what Jude actually wants. He should just tell us he wants to stay or leave. Dortmund want around 150 million euros. I mean, yeah, that's the end of us, innit? Let's be honest. Baba Tunde said, big up Big C, how will you spend 75 million in January? Oh, 75 mil. I mean, 75 mil doesn't get you that much. I want a centre mid. I'd like a striker and a winger. You probably can't get all three for 75 mil. I take Tielemans and Zaha would be my January. Financially viable, I think, as well. You could even get Ronaldo in there as well on a free. Imagine getting Zaha, Ronaldo and Tielemans. Oh, my God. The changing room would be finished, though. The changing room would be wild. Ivan Toney. Somebody said just there, I've missed that. Somebody said Ivan Toney's initials are I bet. I need to find this out. Let's have a look. Ivan Toney. What's his middle name? What is it? Ivan Benjamin Elijah Toney. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I actually want to find who said that, because that's an outrageous find, by the way. Man's initials are I bet, and he definitely does bet. 237 bets, apparently, for Ivan Toney. No wonder he hasn't gone to the World Cup. 75 million gets a Zaha, Tielemans with some change for a barbecue. A big barbecue, yeah, as well. Nah, man. Man's name's I bet. It's crazy. I bet Tony. Right, let me get Bellingham off the screen, because, to be honest, he's corrupting the stream. Like I always say, people, don't shoot the messenger. It is out there. It is out there today. But the source is horrendous. So, yeah, the less said about that one, the better, I think. We need 100 million, not 75. Bro, you're sleeping on Tielemans. He's better than... Do I continue reading the rest of that out? Just said Tielemans is better than Bellingham. Prem proven he can also play as 6. I mean, we'll move on from that one. Cho Desmond, I'm assuming it's been a long week. Daniel said, Big C, have you seen that Shakhtar want 100 million for Mudryk? Yeah, they might get 100 million Jamaican dollars for him. They ain't getting 100 million euros. Yeah, Cho, it's been a long week. Inflation's kicking in, man. It's a stressful time for everyone. But I think we better, Cho, we better relax. Tielemans at 6. I mean, I've seen a caravan go quicker. Ivan Benjamin Elijah Toney. I bet. I bet he does. I said he's smoking on that Belgian pack. Yeah, Cho, it's been a long week, man. I forgive you, man. Inflation is real right now. 100 million in Monopoly dollars. Yeah, man. Cole said he's young and energetic. Let's see how he develops at the World Cup. Listen, my judgment of Jude Bellingham won't be at the World Cup. Never judge a player based off what he does in a Gareth Southgate England team. That's for sure. You wouldn't take half the England team if you looked at them in the Southgate team. So yeah, but it will be interesting how he does at the World Cup. How many months do you think Tony will get banned for? I mean, Kieran Trippier got a 10-month ban, but I don't think he had as many bets as what Ivan Toney's got. Hey, listen, Montana, you know we have to brighten up the mood. You know what I mean, people? But yeah, a man said Tielemans at 6. Raw. I don't know about that. You could jog past him. Cho said Bellingham's brother. Yeah, maybe better than his brother. Maybe better than his brother. Trippier got 10 weeks. I think Ivan Toney will get longer because apparently there's way more bets. Stupid, really, man. You shouldn't be getting caught doing things like that. Set it up in someone else's name, Ivan. You know, you got to be smarter with this. Get a second phone. Get your family member to set it up and place your bets. You know, what's wrong with you? Doing it in your own name, stupidity. Anyway, we move on, people. We move on. I heard Barcelona are looking at Charlie Patino. That's a story. I genuinely don't believe that. Amir said, "Hi, Big C. I'm Iranian living in London. Do you see any chance stopping England?" You just never know with England, do you? England could get to the final and challenge. They could go out in the group. You don't know. I think England's group is difficult. Listen, England should beat Iran. Right? They should. I think Carlos Queiroz is the manager, who is a good manager, good pedigree. But England should be beating Iran. But I do think that America and Wales will give England problems. I honestly do. I don't even think it's a given that England will get out of the group. Honestly, Wales, they will go crazy for that one game. Bale will probably roll back the years. And America will give England a tough time as well, especially in the groups. Group stage is always difficult to get out of. Teams tend to start slow. England haven't played a friendly. Most other countries are playing a friendly this week. England haven't played a friendly. So how will that affect them as well? Smokey said, "Man's got me creasing at work." Hey, big up, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, I think England will have a difficult group. I really do. Ivan's moving to Vegas, casino, De Niro type. Lay said, "I got a feeling England will struggle and barely squeeze through." Saka against Tina Turner. Let's see how he gets on. But yeah, man, we'll be doing watch-alongs for them games, definitely. But I think England will beat Iran. I think they will struggle afterwards, though. I've got to be honest. Let's talk about Saliba. It's a good thing Tony didn't come and play for Jamaica. He might have to now, bro. I'm not sure England are going to pick him for a long time. So he might end up playing for the Reggae Boys. Let's talk about Saliba and the new contract, people. Paul Brown saying today on Saliba's contract to Arsenal, everything suggests that he is willing to sign a new contract to Arsenal and that it will get done. There might be a few other clubs sniffing around him if France do well, and he's at the heart of that at the World Cup. I mean, I take that kind of... this kind of report, again, I don't buy into it too much. If he was willing to sign the new contract and we've offered the new contract, then why hasn't he signed the new contract? Is the question that I would ask. Yes, Saliba's willing to sign a new contract. All right, great. Why has he not signed it? I think his agent, if I was William Saliba's agent, take out of the equation that I'm an Arsenal fan, which is different. As an Arsenal fan, I just want him to sign the deal. I don't care about, I don't care about the money or anything. I just want Arsenal to sign a new deal. Saliba. If I'm his agent, I'm saying don't sign the contract, right? Arsenal are not going to withdraw the contract offer. You're the best defender at the club. Go to the World Cup, play for France. That 120 grand that they're offering you, by the time the World Cup's finished, we'll be getting 180, 200 grand a week. Because if you start for France and they win it or go far, your profile goes through the roof and we go back and renegotiate. I think Saliba will sign the contract to Arsenal. I just think his agent is playing the game, and I understand why he's playing the game. It doesn't make sense for him to rush to sign that contract because it's a win-win for him. He either gets a bigger contract to Arsenal or Real Madrid, PSG, Barcelona, all them clubs start making big offers for him and there becomes an auction for him. So it's a no-brainer for him to delay signing the deal. So I think we have to wait and see on this one. Alfred said, with all the injuries, how are teams playing friendlies? I think they're just trying to get a bit of cohesion, get used to playing in the heat. A lot of people saying how hot it is over there, so it's all those type of things, really. Nomad said, what tips for the World Cup does Crazy Ivan have? Hey, it's interesting. Who do people think are going to win the World Cup? I'm actually going for Brazil, people. I'm actually going for Brazil. I think Brazil, France, Argentina. I would be surprised if one of those three doesn't win it. France are the holders, but I just don't think they've got a lot of chemistry this year. No Pogba, no Kante. I'm not sure with the French. Argentina are the most informed team in world football, so they've definitely got a chance. But I'm going for Brazil. I think Neymar's having a great season. Marquinhos, Casemiro, Vinicius Jr., Alisson in goal. They've got serious firepower. Martinelli, Jesus, Rafinha. I'm going for Brazil. Couple dark horses. I think Holland have got a decent team. Saw their team the other day. You know, Van Dijk and De Ligt at centre back, De Jong in midfield, Gakpo, Depay, Dumfries. They've got a good team. I think Portugal have got a chance as well. Rafael Leao, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Renato Sanchez, Ruben Diaz. They've got a very good team as well. It's just whether they connect again. Belgium, I mean, I think everyone's kind of bored of them now. They've been talking about their golden generation for years, and they haven't really done anything. Chouameni, Nkunku, Camavinga. Nkunku's ruled out. Got injured. He's out. Kimpembe's out as well. Camavinga, Chouameni is still a good midfield, of course, but inexperienced, which counts. Croatia always tend to do well in tournaments. Lex said you can't rule out Germany. Yeah, they always turn up. I don't think they've got enough to win it, Germany, though, when I think about their team, but you can never write the Germans off. They always turn up. Portugal coach is so negative, said South London's finest. And it's mad because they've got so much attacking talent. You know, Ronaldo, Bernardo, Leao, João Felix. They've got some brilliant players. Serbia and Netherlands are my dark horses. I've got a feeling the Dutch are going to do well. C-Unit, hey, big up. No. Big up Just Josh Media. I hope you're well, bro. You're a disgrace and a cheat, by the way. C-Unit. Big up yourself, bro. Big up yourself. Yeah, man, Cole said $100 on Argentina. Messi's last dance written in the stars. If Messi wins the World Cup, I think that's GOAT confirmed. I think he confirms it. It's the last dance. Messi, Ronaldo, no more World Cups after this. So if one of them wins it, I think that's it. You can't really say nothing. They'll be fighting for that. Imagine Argentina-Portugal final. Ronaldo and Messi. As a yardman, Brazil is my team. I wouldn't mind if Argentina wins so Messi can seal his legacy. As Henry left and came back and accept his, unlike Ronaldo, that's why he's a legend ever. Part of being the GOAT or the greatest, however we want to say it, I think is about how you conduct yourself and how you behave yourself. It's about being an icon. It's about more than what you do on the football pitch. I love that Ronaldo interview just because I'm bantering Man U fans. You know what I'm saying? Your GOAT hates you. Your GOAT thinks you're crap. But imagine Thierry Henry doing that interview. That's painful. You know, a lot of people probably support Man United because of Ronaldo. A lot of people support Arsenal because of Thierry Henry, because of Ian Wright. So, yeah, man, this World Cup gives Ronaldo and Messi a final chance to really stamp their authority. Even though Ronaldo's in a bad light right now at club level, if he went to the World Cup and won the World Cup with Portugal and he was the main man, all of a sudden, that might elevate him above Messi. Not that, even if we felt like, and I think most people, I would say, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think a lot of people would say that Messi is better than Ronaldo, which is my opinion. I do think Messi is better than Ronaldo, but I think a World Cup win for either one of them, they're going to say, yo, I've won the World Cup, you haven't. So that is an interesting dynamic of the World Cup. I'm going to be totally honest, just before we move on from the World Cup. This for me, and I don't know if this is just because the tournament hasn't started yet or whether it's because it's in the winter. In terms of England, this is one of the least interested tournaments I've ever watched when it comes to England. I feel like I've got very little interest in England in this tournament. Like, I've got no real hype. I'm not really excited to watch them play. I'm almost more excited to watch Brazil and watch Argentina. And then, man, they're like, genuinely with England in this tournament, I feel like they've got no chance of winning it. I feel like the football's going to be boring. And I feel like, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I don't want to get too political and away from what we're here to talk about. But I got to be honest with me, when I saw what happened to Saka, Sancho, Rashford, I kind of look at the England national team a bit different. I honestly do. I'm club over country. I say it all the time. I don't hide from it. If you offer me England win the World Cup or Arsenal win the Premier League, I want Arsenal to win the Premier League all day long. Every single day of the week, I am club over country. Simple and no doubt about it. But yeah, in terms of England, I watch the games. I hope they win, but I'll brush it off if they get knocked out. You know, I might even. I'm probably. Yeah, I think a lot of people are club over country. I can't lie. Darren said Messi is the greatest team player, CR7 the best individual. If Argentina wins the World Cup, Messi is getting the 8th Ballon d'Or, 100%. Latte said, facts, come on, man. Elite said 100%, not even a debate. 2K in the chat, absolute legends, really appreciate it. Unbelievable support. 48 of you on Twitch as well. Big up, everyone. Louder for the people at the back. Yeah, man, I have to say it, man. I have to say it. My country is not in the World Cup, so yeah, club over country. Jamaica to win the World Cup. People always say that as well. I would love Jamaica to win the World Cup because it would have a massive impact on the country, not just from a footballing point of view. But I'm gonna be honest, and I'm sorry, man. You're offering me Arsenal, Prem, and Champions League. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sorry, man. I need Arsenal to have that badge, that star above the badge. I'm sorry. I need it. I need it, people. Apologies, man. Jamaica, I would love them to win it, but Arsenal, Champions League. Neymar, one of the most informed players in the world right now. Can he take it into the World Cup? I think he can. I'm betting on Brazil for this World Cup. I just think, I don't know what it is. I looked at their team the other day and their squad, and I'm like, I think right back, maybe right and left back, I think was their weakness. I think they played Danilo at right back, who used to play for Man City. I've never rated him. And I think at left back they play Alexandro, who is not great. But apart from that, the Brazil team is stacked, absolutely stacked. It's just whether they can connect. But yeah, I'm going for Brazil for the World Cup win, man. Alfred, thank you for your super chat, bro. Messi has never had to carry a team. Ronaldo in that Messi Barca team or the Messi Argentina team would have a World Cup and a Champions League. Messi also had more talent around him through his career. I mean, listen, we would need a whole show just to debate Messi and Ronaldo. I've always said for me, the thing that you can give Ronaldo over Messi is he's come to the Prem, he's been to Italy, he's been to Spain, so he showed that ability to adjust to different leagues, to difficult leagues. Messi hasn't really had to do that, so that's Ronaldo's plus point, no doubt about that. I just think Messi had a unique ability, especially at Barcelona, that not only could he win you the game by scoring the winning goal, he was bossing games. He was dropping into midfield at times and playing passes that some of the best midfielders in the world weren't even playing. His footballing brain, his ability to see things around him is just second to none. And I've never seen it actually in my lifetime. Because Maradona obviously was, I saw a little bit of him at the end, but different generation. Where Ronaldo was very much the match winner. You guys do the work, I score the goal. Messi was different. Messi could get the ball in his own half, run past 5, bend it in the corner. Just for me, the better player. The level of intelligence from Messi is just wild. And I think a lot of people beat Messi with that, oh, he didn't leave Barcelona and go elsewhere. At the time, where was he supposed to go? That Barcelona team were the best team in the world. They were like a cheat code. You couldn't even beat that team. Yeah, maybe towards the end when they faded, I would have liked to have seen him gone to Man City and seen him in the Prem. But listen, I love Ronaldo, but Messi is just the intelligence it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He is better than Ronaldo. He is just pure God-given individual brilliance on another planet. And the only thing I would say there, yeah, Alfred saying Messi also had more talent around him. I mean, he played for Real Madrid that won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Bale, Benzema, and Ronaldo front three with Luka Modric and Casemiro, Toni Kroos, Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, Casillas, Pepe. They had unbelievable talent, Varane. So he didn't exactly play with a bunch of farmers either. Their team was outstanding. Alfred, Mamadou, don't do that. Alfred, big up Alfred, man. I said that garlic bread. Yo, relax, man. Listen, it's a great debate. We could do a whole show just on that. Big up Buenos Aires Gunnar said the Arsenal always comes first. Come on, man. You've got a good chance, though, this time. This is the most hype I've seen around Argentina for a long time. So clearly they're doing something right. Time out for Alfred. Dear. Messi, the better all-round player. CR7, better goal scorer and clutch player. Messi is the best dribbler, pass master. He had a weakness in his shooting in his early years, and he made that his strength. Machego said Messi took Higuain to the final of a World Cup. They should have won that World Cup, by the way. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of travelling, who better to take us on a journey, people, than man like Edu? He has been promoted. The best travel agent in world football has been promoted, people. Edu becomes the sporting director. I'm not even going to cap, right? I'm not even going to cap. I thought he already was the sporting director. Technical director, sporting director. Same sort of thing, really. That's what I thought he was. What actually was he before? I'm telling you. He was the travel agent. He took them to Orlando, to Disney World. Booked their tickets, booked their hotels. But Edu's got a promotion and a new contract. I'll tell you how happy I am about this on the last day of January, if he's actually done his job in January, or whether he's just spent the whole month celebrating. Corporate gibberish, yeah. You've basically got the same job, but it's a different title. New jet skis, new barbecues, and new cigars for the promotion. I'm not going to talk about this long because I don't think it means a great deal. No disrespect, Edu. It is what it is. We are delighted to announce that Edu Gaspar has been appointed as Arsenal's first ever sporting director. Edu's promotion sees him assume overarching responsibility for all our academy activities, in addition to his existing responsibilities across men's and women's football. Chief Executive Vinay said, "We are delighted Edu is recommitting his future to the club that he clearly loves after making such a positive and critical contribution to our progress in his time so far. Edu's promotion formalizes his already growing influence over our academy operations, and we look forward to Per Mertesacker and Edu working together to strengthen the integration between our men's first team and academy." Edu, a member of our Invincibles squad, joined us as technical director from the Brazilian FA in 2019. He said, "I'm delighted to have this new role, which I see as an evolution and consolidation of the way we've been working. We are making good progress in all areas of our men's, women's and academy, and we are all excited about what can be achieved. I look forward to building on the hard work of so many people, helping all of us grow together, enjoy more success, and I'm thankful the trust the club has put in me moving forward." So he's gone from technical director to sporting director. Listen, for me, you can call it whatever you want to call it, right? Call it whatever you want to call it. Just do your job. Right? I don't care if it's technical director, sporting director, football director. You can direct traffic. I don't care what you do. direct Arsenal to success, to Champions League and to trophies. And to do that, get some big signings in January. I mean, you're smiling. I love the smile. You know, new contract, a pay rise. They've changed your name. Do your job in January. I don't care about anything else right now. Do your job. If I'm sitting here on the last day of January and there's no midfielder, there's no winger, there's no striker, we've been linked with all these players, signed none of them, then I don't care about what his job title is. He's failed in January. Right? I like Edu. Yeah, cool. Invincible. Yeah, great. The power of now, mate. What have you done for me lately? Yeah? What are you going to do in January is what I want to know. It's corporate. It's corporate. You know, sporting director, technical director, same thing. Sign players, get us in the Champions League, give us a title shot. Yeah, the smile's beautiful. Yeah, the Colgate smile. You know what I mean? Great stuff. But get us in the Champions League. Now Edu's assistant will book the flights, not himself. Exactly. He don't have to book the holidays no more. He can just chill. He's going to bring someone else in, you know. Alfred said, here he goes. Alfred's not going down lightly, people. He's got his CR7 shirt on. He said, let's look at the midfield. Name a better talent than Xavi, Iniesta, Ronaldinho, Fabregas, Deco. Strikers, Eto'o, Henry, Villa, Suarez, Neymar, and Mbappe. All right, I got a cherry pick at this. So Mbappe never played with... Well, he does now, yeah, but different team. We're talking about the Barcelona-Real Madrid comparison. They both had an era of dominance, didn't they? Barcelona dominated in the probably around 2008 till about 2014, something like that. And then Real Madrid started to dominate. So, listen, we can put it on paper and cherry pick it, but, you know, CR7 had Mesut Ozil, one of the best creative number 10s in the world. He had, you know, Gareth Bale was the world record transfer. Benzema, one of the best strikers. Luka Modric, Ballon d'Or winner. Casemiro, one of the best DMs. Ramos, one of the best centre-backs. You know, they both played in great teams. All I can say is one's got 7 Ballon d'Ors and one's got 5. I think the one with 7 is the better player. Nomad said, thank you for the super chat, Nomad. Should get a toothpaste sponsor based on that smile. Oh, man. Do you know what I mean? What a smile. He's already... Do you know what? I think this was the moment he was staring off in the distance thinking, you know what? That super large barbecue that I keep seeing on sale, I can now get it with this pay rise. I can get it. That's the look of a man who's about to throw a hell of a barbecue over Christmas with cigars and steaks, you know. So big him up. But listen, he's been doing well, but we need better from him. So Edu has gone from technical director to sporting director. It is what it is. Doesn't make a big difference in my eyes. Just do your job. Do your job properly and we'll keep it moving. Anyway, let's get into some of your comments. Alfred's coming in with smoke, people. He's not having it. You know what I mean? You don't need to talk about who Messi played with at Barca. He was the man that had 5 players on him every game. Just shows how good he was. Colgate settings for Edu. Free barbecue with a new jet ski. Edu probably secured some signings for January. I hope so. Listen, as much as I'm kind of you know, questioning Edu a little bit and sort of saying I'm not too interested. He is on an upward curve, is what I would say. He is on an upward curve. I think when he first came in, I felt like he was completely out of his depth. I felt like he was in the pockets of Kia Jarapchin and people like that. But one thing that I do think is important is he has now got us back in with a lot of the big agents in world football. We refused to work with George Mendes for a number of years because Arsene Wenger had a real problem with these guys. He now works with them. Now, sometimes you get ripped off by these guys, but sometimes you can get a top talent that you wouldn't have been able to get. So for me, I was looking back at the January windows. Our last couple of January windows, right? These aren't all on Edu, by the way. Last January, we didn't sign one player. Right. Well, in fact, I'm lying here. We actually signed Austin Trusty and Matt Turner. who joined us at the end of the season. Wasn't exactly worth celebrating that January. 2 players we'd never heard of that were joining us at the end of the season. The January before, we got Matt Ryan and Martin Odegaard on loan. That actually wasn't too bad a January for Arsenal. Odegaard was decent. Matt Ryan was decent cover. The one before that, Cedric and Pablo Mari. Horrendous transfer window. Pablo Mari, I mean, get well soon, Pablo Mari. We know what's going on, but this guy was not particularly good. Cedric Suarez, meaty fullback, nothing special. So again, another lackluster window. The one before that, Unai Emery, Denis Suarez on loan from Barcelona. All them years of waiting for Luis Suarez, 40 million and a pound, and we went and got Denis Suarez, who was injured at the time, by the way, and made a handful of appearances, did absolutely nothing. So again, another shambolic January transfer window. I remember that January we were chasing Carrasco, who was in China at the time, and we couldn't get the deal done. Another shambolic January. The January before that was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Arsene Wenger. Probably the last decent January signing that we've seen, and we only signed him because we'd sold Alexis Sanchez to Man U, and we knew that there was going to be a meltdown. So, as an Arsenal fan, I think we've got every right to sit there and say, when are the football club going to grab a January transfer window and go for it? The same thing happened in 2015 when Leicester won the title, when we should have won it. Every Arsenal fan was saying, get another striker. Get a striker in January. Giroud can't carry you to the title. We didn't sign a striker. He went 15 games without scoring, and Leicester won the title. Arsenal have an unbelievable opportunity in their hands right now. Manchester City are not looking great this season. They still may run away with the title, right? They've got Haaland. He might get 40 goals. They might win the title by 10, 12 points. I've watched City a lot this season. I think they look vulnerable. I think they can be got at. And I think Pep has got one eye on the Champions League. I also think they've become a little bit one-dimensional in recent weeks in that they're spamming crosses for Haaland. They don't have quite the same dominance in midfield when they was playing false nine. They're rotating a lot. You can sit there as a manager or as an owner or as a sporting director, whoever, and say, well, you know, we'll go for the title next season or the year after. But next season, Man City are going to be better. Man U will go for it. Chelsea will go for it. Liverpool will recover. They could have new owners and spend a fortune. I think we've got to take this opportunity because I think what happens in January will have a massive influence on the season that Arsenal are going to have. Now, you've just given Edu a promotion, a new contract, and a pay rise. Now, I think he's done okay in his job role so far. What he does in January will give me an indication of the owners. And it might not be his fault because at the end of the day, he can only spend what the owners give him. If they go, there's 20 million, what can he do with it? We need 70, 80 million in January. We're going to find out what this board, what this ownership really think about this football club in January. Are they going to go for it? You're totally spot on with this comment, by the way. Newcastle are coming. And let me tell you something. I like Newcastle. I think they're a big football club. I think they're historic. I think Goal is one of the best football films we've ever seen. Santiago Nunez. But no, I've liked Newcastle for a long time, man. Asprilla and Les Ferdinand. I just think they're quite iconic. A lot of people saying Newcastle top 4. If Newcastle get top 4 this year, we're all in trouble. Because the checkbook's going to come out in a big way if they get Champions League football. I'm telling you now, and I like Newcastle, so any Newcastle fan, don't be offended by what I'm about to say. I do not want Newcastle to get Champions League football this season. Absolutely 100%. No way do I want Newcastle to get Champions League football this season. Because when them man start flexing the checkbook and start bringing out the oil and the crypto and the pounds and all that dough, we're in trouble. The new Manchester City is going to be born once they get in the Champions League. I'm telling you. Them man need to relax. Go and get Conference League and slow it down, people. I don't want nothing to do with Newcastle in the Champions League because they're a problem. We're all going to be looking over our shoulder if they get Champions League. I'm telling you. Kay said move summer targets to January. It's a one-off chance. Totally agree with that. Newcastle said, behave, Kurt. Listen, and it's no disrespect, because I really like Newcastle. Honestly, I think you're a great football club, and I like what they're doing. I actually think Eddie Howe is doing an unbelievable job, but they need to slow down, man. They need to slow down because they're moving wild. Yeah, I don't need them, spending that Arab money, doing the money dance. So, yeah, man, they need to relax. But they're playing great football. Gallum, hey, Newcastle, man, it's a good night out. I can't lie. Tup. I had some good nights out in Tup. If you know, you know, people. Kwame said with the AFCON qualifiers on the 15th, 19th and 23rd of January, then on the 20th and 28th of March, Arsenal need to get in Danilo, Ghana over Arsenal. You better relax. Yeah, Partey needs to pull out of them and concentrate on his club, Shaib said it's time to put everything through the acid test, from the owners to the hierarchy, Edu, Vinay and Arteta. I mean, from top to bottom. 100%. What we can't do as a club is allow them to just get off with saying, oh, do you know what? We're doing well. I hope they get fourth. Because that's my concern. That's what I feel like the Cronkies are going to do. Oh, we're ahead of schedule. We'll get top four. We don't need to spend. And then we'll fall down a little bit and we'll nick fourth and they'll go, what a season it is. We're back in the Champions League. When in reality, we have got a small chance of winning the Premier League this season, But it depends how much they're about it. I just want them to go for it. If you go for it and you're not good enough, I can accept that. Manchester City are still better than Arsenal. That's the harsh reality, right? They're better than us. When they're at their best and we're at our best, I think they would be too good for us because they've got De Bruyne's, they've got Haaland's. Their man's level is higher than a lot of the players who play for Arsenal. All of them, if we're being honest. But football doesn't always work like that. We all know that Pep wants the Champions League. We all know that their game has changed slightly, having a target man striker. When's the last time Pep has had a striker like that? He never had a striker like that at Barcelona that was successful. He signed Zlatan and it didn't work and he got rid of him real quick. That type of striker doesn't necessarily work in a Pep team. Maybe as an individual, but the collective drops off slightly. So we'll have to see. Nick said, I love Newcastle. Great city, great people. Yeah, top place, man. King said we need to put pressure and go for the league. 100%. Honestly, I really hope the fan base continues to push this narrative in January that, listen, we want signings. Go for it. Stop talking about summer. I don't care about the summer. Get through the World Cup and go for it. We've got a chance. Hey, thank you for the super chat. If Newcastle won't finish third, we won't be first by that logic. So I want them to be. Same time, though, we wouldn't say that if City was first. Okay, yeah, all right. That's the only circumstances. I'll let Newcastle have top four if it means Arsenal win the Premier League. Because to be honest, if we get first, I don't care who finishes where behind us. So yeah, we can agree to that. If Arsenal win the league, Newcastle take Champions League, because yeah, I'll be uncontrollable if we win the title. I'm telling you, it's going to be outrageous. Can you imagine if we won the league? Oh, I just don't even know. Bobby said, I'd love it if we beat them. Love it. Kevin Keegan voice, people. Let's get into some of your comments before we round up. Pretty quiet news day, but I thought I'd check back in with the community. I'm going to do a World Cup stream tomorrow, where we're just going to go through some predictions. And obviously, we'll do some votes, see who you think. We'll check back in after. Who do you think's going to win it? Who's going to be top goal scorer? Who are your dark horses? How far do you think England will get? Player of the tournament, so on and so forth. And we'll do a little World Cup preview as well. Because at the moment, I'm going to be honest, I'm not in World Cup zone at the moment. But I do want to get in World Cup zone because at the end of the day, 3 or 4 games of football on every day is beautiful. I can't lie. Shaib said we exceeded any expectations, and this is the perfect time to finish in the top 4. I want the target to move. I want it to go up. I want them to really try and win it. Members stream. Let's do one next week. Definitely. I was going to do it this week, but we'll do it next week. Start of next week. Probably Tuesday. We'll aim for Tuesday, Latte, but I'll definitely keep you updated. Do a World Cup bracket. Bracket, Curtis? What's a bracket? Do a World Cup bracket. I'm confused. Let me know. I don't know what he means. World Cup bracket? World Cup predictions? World Cup fantasy? I don't know what he meant. Top 4 is a shambles. I've been waiting nearly 2 decades for us to win the league. Come on, man. 2004. 2 years. It'll be 20 years. You would think it would be impossible for your team to win the title unbeaten, something that's never been done in Premier League history apart from that. And we never touched that trophy again since then. How as a football club can you allow that to happen? And listen, I know football, it does work in kind of, cycles, and 1 minute you're the best team in the country and then you fall off. Somebody else dominates, It was us and Man United. Then Chelsea turned up with the Abramovich money. Then Manchester City turned up with their money. Then Liverpool had this renaissance under Klopp. Man City dominance. It's all done that, but you're just saying, come on, man. Go and get your hands on that trophy, man. You can't be away from it for that long. So I think it's our time. I think we got to grab this opportunity. I honestly think Pep has got one eye on that Champions League, and I think we can catch them. Jason said, Big C, the last time they won the league was the year I was born. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of Arsenal fans, especially the younger audience, they've never seen greatness, like actual greatness. FA Cup's beautiful, winning the FA Cup. But I'm talking absolute greatness, winning titles, walking into work like you own the place. It's different. It's just different. Walking around in the summer with that Arsenal shirt on with the gold badges on the sleeve, no one can talk to you. Polymation, big up, bro. How serious are the Bellingham links? I don't think they're very serious. I had to apologise before reading out the story. So, yeah, don't get excited. He could be the Gerrard or Lampard. Listen, if we sign him, I'd be going crazy, but I don't see it. A said it's going to be a decade plus for Man United. Yeah, I think it could take them a while. I think a lot of teams are waiting for Pep to leave, to be honest. A Jambo said, Curtis, first time I bought merch since the Invincibles. I feel the title coming. I love the belief. I think a lot of people are starting to believe. The young'uns don't know the scenes. Listen, trophy parades, title parades, standing in the streets, they're driving through, lifting the title. This is why sometimes the frustration that I've had over the last couple of years, people don't understand. When you've been that high up and then you fall to those levels, you can't get your head around it. You've also got to be realistic about where you are as a football club, and we haven't been there at the top for a long time. But it's time. It's time. Outside the Emirates getting a makeover, finally. Yeah, I've seen their painting and stuff like that. They're scaffolding up, so hopefully it'll look better. They're getting ready for the title, man. Let me end with this, people. Fabrizio says, it's true that Manchester United are prepared to instruct Cristiano Ronaldo not to return to Carrington after the World Cup. This is the plan as things stand, people. And as I've said, and I am on the wind-up at the moment, but just send him to London Colney, people. Don't worry, we'll carry him to the title, 10 goals out of him, a few suies at the Emirates, and we'll lift the title. But anyway, listen, people, thank you very much for tuning in today. Been a great show. 2,100 of you in the comments. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. World Cup preview show will be tomorrow. If there's Arsenal content, we'll talk Arsenal as well. And then Sunday, the World Cup gets underway, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy your Friday, and I will see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.